we are sharing our deconstruction stories. So, Elise, if you're willing to tell us your journey,
So
go ahead.
Mine's a little interesting because born and raised Chicago, Roman Catholic family, CCD classes twice a week.
Okay, and I
thing.
saw you in the comment section talking about, hey, I take offense to what you're saying about what Catholics believe, and that was the exact same thing I was talking about. I still do that.
Yeah.
Like, no, we don't believe that.
Well, it's not even, it's not even I'm offended by people having a different opinion of a thing, or it's just not a fact of the religion's base. I don't care if that's what you believe or not. I mean, it's just a fact of the Catholic faith. I mean, it's, again, I have, I guess, an interesting way to look at it only because I had to face my own morality. A little background about me is I'm a breast cancer survivor with a 1% tumor. So I'm luckily 5 years cancer free. I'm 1 year post reconstruction free. I'm okay. But you hear the words.
That big question.
You hear the words.
That is interesting.
Yeah, you hear the words aggressive 1%. And it's in the worst spot possible. You start questions. So I'll do the typical blonde haired thing where I'm not religious, I'm spiritual.
Hey, I did it the other way.
Yeah, you're spiritual, not religious.
But yeah, I grew up in a very interesting way because, like I said, I mean, Chicago is known for its land of we are Catholic. I mean, it is just, it's bred into you as a kid, just like small town cities. Everybody has their own small town thing. For us, it's Roman Catholicism. And I had an interesting step further because an uncle of mine was a Catholic priest. But where typically you hear that, a lot of people start thinking, oh, well, then that's strict, it's rough. I was lucky. I had one where I could say, I have a question. And it wasn't, you're wrong because you think this way. It's, let's dive into it, which is great. So that's why I think for the longest time, I had a really healthy relationship with religion. But I also had really logical parents where we went to church every Sunday, but we were always taught man is fallible. This book has great stories. This book has great parables. This book has ways to teach you things and ways to make you think, but ultimately it was written by man. So keep that in mind. So luckily I had the basis of here's what we believe, but here's some room to believe else.
I have a quick question. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Elise.
Go ahead.
I'm enthralled. I was just wondering, do we feel as though, has anyone else thought that the further we get away, the denominations get away from like the original, the OG, the less and less you can question things? Because I feel like in the Jewish tradition,
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Right, I feel like in the Jewish tradition, like they just question things all the time, and it's very workspace and it's very like be a good person. I don't know, more chill vibes in general, unless you're growing super orthodoxy. But then even in the Catholic tradition, I do feel like it was we're interpreting it. People are trying their best, and then as you get further away, my husband was a free assemblies or something. Like you don't question anything.
Yeah, at some point we need him on here.
This is the law.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And I wonder if because they've questioned so many things, they pulled away from the tradition, then they have to stop people from questioning more to create more offshoots. It's just I wondered because I
think that's how the offshoots happen is because too many people question and now we can't agree.
Right. And so the further down they get, the more locked down they have to be. Because I do feel as though the Catholics that I've known in my life they're comfortable having hard conversations with the nuances. It becomes less black and white, which I appreciate.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with the assessment at all. I mean, growing up, my mom was very vocal. I'm a cafeteria Catholic. I take the good stuff and the pieces that I like out of the Catholic
Is that also
religion.
Eddie? Or are we just quoting Eddie Constantine?
No, that's just,
No, there's something. That's Robin Williams.
it's a
you.
Robin Williams. Yeah.
Thank
Sounded
you.
also like that Raziel guy that was on earlier.
Oh yeah, I only believe the good part.
But yeah, I mean, I will say for a long time, I think it's just my loss of the faith wasn't a huge sudden stop. It was a stop of curiosity. I had my questions answered. Nobody was holding back the mystery. There wasn't things that I couldn't research or had really great access to. Again, having a bishop as an uncle and willing to have these conversations. So I think for me, my loss of faith wasn't me necessarily particularly leaving. It was that curiosity has run out. Yeah. My book club was over.
That's so
We're good.
gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't persecuted in any way. I mean, that's
No.
like the ideal.
Mhm.
Hey, check off all the boxes. I'm good.
So
I
you're
asked
saying you
questions.
read your way out of it, essentially? Like you read, or like, what do you mean by that exactly?
Your
Yeah,
cup
I
was
mean,
full.
I basically had all of my questions answered in a way that science could justify the mystery that I was no longer interested in, no longer filled my spiritual cup.
Like dogma with the cup reference. When you're little, the cup is small, easy to fill. And then the people who question their faith as they get older, bigger cup, harder to fill. Well, Elise filled her cup.
And then I had a reversal. I got sick. And that's when I started getting curious again. And it's because I had that feeling late at night in my stomach that is this really deep, dark hole in a really small spot in a little bit of this world, all that's left for me. And I think everybody that gets sick in that way has that crisis. And it's either you're having a crisis of faith where today I'm mad at God, or today I need to cling on to it because what if? So I
Yeah, the
feel
what if is
like,
big.
yeah. And I think for me, I ultimately was able to get over that because I realized I'm hedging my bets. It's not I believe, it's I'm hedging my bets.
Did you ever
Yeah.
have like that Pascal's wager like concept where you were like, well, if I just believe, I guess I'm covered, but
yeah.
if I
CYA.
don't believe,
I mean,
it's
But like,
Yeah.
which one? Which one do you believe in? Pascal's wager like completely ignores the idea that there are hundreds of thousands of gods that you could choose from.
I was trying to get that way with our op
Right.
earlier, and I didn't quite get to flesh out that conversation. But
I was-
when
Yeah,
he's
I mean-
like, "You have no grounding and no reason to claim your morality," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, why is yours the one that gets to?"
yeah, that's the whole
Which-
issue
I mean,
with it.
ultimately, too, if you look at religion, and especially if you look at the Roman Catholicism, if you are doing a thing because you want to get to the end goal, which is the pearly gates and eternal life, you are already morally corrupt.
You're doing
And
it for
you're
selfish.
doing it for the wrong reasons. You're
You're
not
doing it for the
doing it.
cookie.
it's the
I mean,
cookie.
That's
yeah,
what I said in the group chat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone else on here knows the aunt word, but all I can hear is the cookie. It's a cookie.
Sorry, I went
But
to
I
the
mean-
Friends reference of
Mm.
money donation. But that's what I
But
said in our
ultimately,
studio chat.
God has ultimately said that I would rather you not know me, but be here in the end.
Can you say that
Because
again? That
Yeah.
that was good.
I like that
God
one.
God may not know me, or I may not know God. God may not know me, but He's welcoming me in the end because I have followed that compass of I don't want to do this because of this. I mean, Eddie Izzard you talked about, but Ricky Gervais is a really good example. And he was saying, I rape exactly as much as I want to, which is none at all.
None at all.
Elise,
Right.
I was going to say that earlier, and I didn't have the chance. So thank you for bringing
That
it up.
sounds like subjective.
I love that we all have the same references.
I'm so happy. But
subjective.
it is. But
Well,
it's
and I
such
think
an
it comes
easy,
from
like,
having
obvious
I
thing.
think-
That, like, we like there are lots of atheists in our society, and we are all like raping and killing and pillaging as much as we want, which is none. It's
I have a theory
I mean,
kind of about this.
Yeah. And it comes from evolution. I mean, you were alluding to it earlier, Heather, is we are a pack animal. We have been raised to know that we work better in dead of winter if there's 20 of us. And if I kill off the weakest one, sure, I might have some food. But the problem is now I'm down one set of hands that can help build
But
the shelter.
also, now none of us trust you.
Right.
Right.
So you
Why
naturally
would you
ostracized.
You might kill us next. So, I mean, if you watch Survivor, like the person not contributing in camp, you're going to get voted off because we're like, we're all trying to do our thing here.
I eat you first.
I have a theory about this, and it can fall into two categories: people who like Lord of the Flies and people who don't.
Oh, that's an
Who are
interesting.
traumatized by the book Lord of the Flies, the book, and people who enjoyed it.
Oh, that is deep.
Because I hate that book with a passion. They kill off Piggy, the little freaking testosterone puberty almost boys go wild and start just feral and are so cruel in instances. It physically, like my chest is hurting thinking about it.
It is very cruel.
Hate that book with every fiber of my being. And every person I have met that finds it horrible too has a similar belief most of the time that people are inherently
So,
good.
Dawn, you just get your morals from like people you agree with?
No, I agree with people who have similar morals.
Right, like not doing
I don't
terrible
like
things
not
to
having
people.
slaves.
Yeah.
I
But
don't want any
no,
slaves. I just want to put that out there, and it has nothing to
Thank
do
you.
with the book.
Me too.
I
Also,
got
it has
to
nothing to
that
do with
I
ice cream.
don't want to own another human because I don't want to be owned as a human.
I don't want to do things to people I don't want them to me. Hence
If I ever hear
morals.
that associated as flavors again, I'm going to lose my mind.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god!
Also
But you
find
like
that-
chocolate ice cream and I like vanilla. It's the
Elise,
same
is
thing
this
is-
your way of saying you like Lord of the Flies?
I love Lord of the Flies. I'm not a
No!
heathen.
At least you're honest.
I can't.
So back to Elise. Did you get to
Yeah.
tell us like your whole like health versus
Yeah, well, I mean,
deconstruction
ultimately, I think it
experience?
comes. Yeah, I mean, and to sit here today and say that I don't have any sort of inkling of faith, whether that's my psychology holding on to my morality, or if it's my divine calling, as people like to say, I can't tell you. But I will say that I question my truth to my faith, meaning I don't necessarily say that I am religious or fully spiritual because I don't trust the basis of where it's coming from.
I think that was like the fourth or fifth stage of grief you mentioned.
Yeah.
I was listening.
Honestly, I think that the idea of deconstructing and or leaving your particular formal stage can look different to everybody and none of it's wrong.
Right.
And any stage of it isn't wrong. And it's not to say that that's not where you end up.
And it's
I don't
traumatic
know
for other, you had a traumatic experience. And that is, I mean, tends to be the most common. And I think a lot of that comes from once you start introducing money into your faith, you suddenly have already corrupted it. It's no longer pure. It doesn't come from a space of belief. And it's hard to trust where that compass is going. How do you trust somebody's thought process of reading you a book? You can turn a phrase in any other way. And you can paint the red string from this parable to that parable. And again, are you doing it because you care about my spiritual cup? Or are you doing it because you want my 10%?
You can control me this way.